Welcome back to Pokemon. My name is Ray. We have Andrew, Elias, and Michael here to tell us a special story about a man named...
It's great that we're using his name.
We can bleep it out in post.
What are those things down there? Those Pokemon?
We can bleep it out in post.
Hang on. Let me start by trying to establish. A good name for him.
Roly-Poly.
Jamie.
Because he called himself. Oh, there we go. He called himself the Renegade Monk of the Concrete Jungle.
Oh, boy.
I feel like I've heard this story before.
Let's start it off with that. So,
I think he actually told this story on a Let's Play before.
Well, let's tell it again.
He's
very
gonna tell it
possible.
again.
He's gonna say it again. That's perfectly fine.
Only true fans will know that I'm repeating myself.
We love you, true fans.
We
love you, true fans. Love you, kings.
Gatekeeping our fans.
So, the Renegade Monk taught me Tai Chi. I have a particular way of learning Tai Chi where I had a lot of different teachers over the course of several years, all sort of teaching together. It's an interesting way to learn. Point is, I learned with this guy for a few years. I'd known him pretty much since I got to New York, so it had been, I guess, 4 or 5 years. Then Trump got elected, and here's the thing. Tai Chi people are weird, generally. There's a lot of belief in, like... more esoteric, like energy systems, whatever, that kind of thing. Some of them turn it into this, like, sort of wooey, like, positivity stuff, like, oh, you've got to calm your spirit, man, it's all good, go with the flow. And I had one teacher who was like that, and he would, like, constantly make these posts that are supposed to be like pearls of wisdom, and people would comment like, wow, so such good thing to think about.
If you get enough of those pearls of wisdom, you can make a wisdom pearl necklace.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, boy.
Or if you just, I guess, nuts on your neck.
Wow.
So hot. I did that once.
You nutted on someone's neck?
I bet you did.
I did.
Fine.
I did. It was a great experience, yeah.
Odd for you, but that's fine. You know what? I'm not here to kink shit. I'm here to tell this story. Anyway, the way that it turned out for the Renegade Monk is he translated his sort of like balance and energy stuff into things like this gem, which was like feminism can't help anyone because it's only focused on one half of the male-female dynamic, so it's imbalanced according to yin and yang. And I tried to comment, like, first of all, like, it's aiming to correct an imbalance, and second, like, it's already helped people. Like,
not to mention
women can vote.
Not to mention third, it
actually
does focus on both halves of the.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
It does. Huh?
So, like, first off, he's all the other things you said, but also he's wrong.
I mean,
yeah, that's the best point.
That would become a theme for him.
Nice.
And once I commented on that gently, but I was like, hey, this is not quite right. And he responded with, there's no need to debate. Just meditate on it and all will be revealed. Oh, this is a cute guy.
I love it. Here. But also there's a pink thing. We got to pause for 1 second.
Timber?
This is a pink thing. I'm sorry.
So there's a pink thing.
It's
he's got like pink highlights.
It's pink.
It's Timber.
Yeah.
It's Bill Burr's
less
famous cousin, Timber.
Actually, fucking Bill Burr.
I don't like Bill Burr all that much.
I'm gonna catch him, and I'm gonna name him something really ridiculous because his name is Timber.
Just name
Renegade
him
Monk?
Timberton.
Oh,
Can we have
great.
Renegade Monk in honor of Michael's story?
No.
Why not?
Because Tim Burton is a really good name.
All right, fine.
Yeah,
you are a party pooper.
Oh,
please
I'm
continue with
team.
your
I didn't
story.
realize. Okay. Anyway, so he was weird beforehand, but it was something that I could sort of ignore. And the thing that happened to weird people after Trump got elected is that a lot of them got weirder.
That's
true.
This guy was no exception. He began to go deeper and deeper into conspiracy theory things.
Oh, fun. Those guys are always the smartest. The ones who say, like, we faked the moon landing.
Yeah.
That's so much
we faked the world being
this man
spherical.
actively
that's right.
Still, he currently believes that the earth is flat.
No!
This is where we're at.
Did Kyrie Irving teach you Tai Chi?
Oh, God.
No, they were not.
Back here.
That's not why we're not
Come
using
back.
his name. We're not using his name because he's like,
disappeared.
as far as I know, he's still very
there's a
active
Woobat.
on YouTube.
Oh,
And if
God.
you get like a response video from a goddamn Renegade Monk Warrior,
Love
it's just
it.
going to be so
If
much
we got
faster.
a response video. Oh, my
I
God.
am excited to see
response
if we
video
get a
to
response from someone whose
fucking
YouTube account is
gameplay
the
video.
Renegade Monk.
We're gonna get a DMC takedown notice just because of that.
We're
So
going to have to bleep so much.
what wound up happening, I was learning from him for a while, and like
Diglett.
oh, of course, Mr. Diggy.
Diggy.
Diggy Smalls.
So cute.
I was
Oh,
learning
God
with
damn it.
with a person that I had trained with for a long time, who we'd known each other for a while, and he was very active in politics, so he posted a lot of Democratic stuff. And Damien would come up and post things like, "You realize that Antifa was started by the Soviets. It's a like plant organization." There was a really great one that was just like, it was a post about like a racist incident where a black dude was trying to order a sandwich, and some like white like concealed carry person like drew on him because he looked slightly off. He was
God.
literally trying to
Okay.
get a sandwich. Nobody got hurt, but it was caught on security camera, and people were like, "What the fuck is this about?"
Yeah.
That sounds
And
crazy.
this guy posted this and was like, "This was nuts." And Renegade Monk commented, "You gotta watch out. Antifa is arming up. They're getting ready to take over." And
Oh, my God.
That's
I
true.
was like,
What does that have to do with anything?
what does that have to do with this? Like,
Jesus
literally
Christ.
completely unrelated. But he's going on about these things. So this escalates when I was actually going to show some friends of mine this very comparison that I'm talking about, like the wooey positivity things, and then one of his. And so like I went to my like woo teacher and got a screenshot of his post, and then I went to Renegade Monks and I was like, let's see what I literally, it was like, all I have to do is scroll a little bit down and I'm going to find some weird shit. And I wasn't wrong. Because he's like, it was basically, he was commenting on something from like the UK. He was like, another Muslim terrorist attack. When will people wake up and realize that the Muslims and the Jews are in league with each other? What? I was like, hold up.
Are they?
That's
I'm just kidding.
New.
Yeah,
That's new.
I didn't even
That's
think about
new.
it.
I've never heard that particular conspiracy theory before. Like, I'm pretty versed. I feel like I'm pretty well versed.
You know your
in,
enemy, like Sun Tzu says in The Art of War.
Yeah, like right-wing conspiracy theories and misinformation, that sort of thing. I was like, I never heard this shit before.
Way too far down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, and he put like a hashtag of a year, and I was like, first of all, I've never seen someone do that, and second, it took me a bunch of time to figure out like what fucking historical event he was referring to. It's a whole thing. I'm not even going to go down that line, but I was like, wow, I really don't think I want to associate with this person, actually.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so like I was really hesitant, and I talked it over with a few people at the time. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep like learning from him. At the time, I was also like teaching self-defense lessons to people. So I was like, I'm going to keep learning from him because the dude has always been legit. He's always had a lot of skill, which is
we're talking about in self-defense, right? Not in anything else at all.
Yes.
Preferably not a political
I was not
campaign.
learning. So the thing about learning self-defense from a conspiracy theorist is that like he knows things that work. He doesn't understand why it works, which is a really weird thing to deal with. Like you're used to like the idea of like, oh, this person is good at a thing, so he gets it. But training with him would sort of be like learning IT from a guy who is like, yeah, if you just type in like this particular line of code, then the code elves inside of your laptop will carry out that request at light speed. You see, time works differently for them, and that's why your computer
As the
runs
only
so
one
fast.
in this call with a job in IT, I can confirm that computer elves do exactly what Michael just said.
Oh, see?
It's true. They are a real thing.
Yeah.
So that was a bad example. Computer elves are a real thing.
If you had said computer gnomes, that would have been a different thing.
Yeah, if you'd said computer gnomes, that would have been a better
Yeah,
example.
because they steal
those
your
are bullshit.
computers, then they do something,
Yeah.
and then profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you get like one of those scam emails, it's a computer gnome.
Emails.
They
Love
are.
it.
Fun fact: they
Antenna?
actually are in Nigeria. It's just they are they.
Oh.
Yeah, they pretend to be princes when they're actually gnomes.
Understood. My grandmother just fell for one of them. They're having a beautiful human gnome romance.
Yeah.
Aw.
Aw, that's sweet.
I know,
You
it's
love
very
to see it.
sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not getting rich, though, because we disabled her credit card. So.
Okay. Well, that's probably for
Yeah.
the best.
Get a prenup on that.
But he does send her very sweet emails.
Computer gnomes are not really very good at finance, so that's probably
Yeah.
fine.
Most of them are not.
Yeah, I mean, if they were, they wouldn't be,
Exactly. I keep telling people this, and they don't understand it. It's like the government's been
Yeah,
pulling
they
the wool
have
over our
magic
eyes the whole time
powers.
about the computer gnomes.
Yeah, it's because money doesn't really matter to them.
Yeah.
It's sort of like if we were dealing with monopoly money. Like they have magic powers. They've been subsisting for literally centuries, and now they're just sort of messing with money because it seems like a fun little game.
Because of feminism.
Completely.
Yeah, because of
Hashtag
feminism
Yeah,
also.
because feminism.
Always
Yeah.
feminism.
Around the time of suffrage,
Ball fetch is the ability? Oh my
gnomes
god,
were
I
like,
love it.
guess everything goes.
Eli's.
Oh, now you love it. I
distracted.
fetch balls all the
You
time.
do.
And he gets so mad at me. He's like, "You're not supposed to fetch other balls." I'm like, "Well, you didn't specify that."
Yeah,
in the
she
contract.
just comes
true.
home
Ball fetcher. You knew
dragging
this.
like a man by his nuts in her mouth.
Just, I know. And he's like, "Who's this one?" I was like, "I don't know. It's just a random one.
He's a random.
I
Good
smelled them
job.
from a mile away. I
I
needed
just
them.
bring them home." Totally. Look, it's not my fault. Dudes don't bathe very much. Okay.
Yeah.
It's true.
Like there's a lot of
We all got together and decided, nah.
Yeah,
yeah.
that was
Men-
us.
I got the email.
Collectively need
It was in
more
my
soap.
junk folder.
Oh,
Hey,
explains everything.
That wasn't a joke.
Can we collectively take a moment to acknowledge the fact that Pokemon looked like Betty Boop, kind of?
Gothita?
Yeah.
We can't.
But I need you to.
Let it be stricken from the record. Nobody knows
Fuck
what it
you!
looked
You're
like.
here to tell a story about the fucking renegade monk who thought he could make the wind move.
Wait.
Oh my
You're
god!
not here
I
to
didn't
strike
even get
down
to
my
that
Oh my
ideas.
god,
part.
Michael.
Way to spoil.
We're almost
No,
done
no,
with
no.
the episode. Can you just get to the
Let's
fucking
do it on the next episode.
All right, this was part one. This is exactly what happened with my acrimony talk through.
Jesus Christ.
How many episodes was that?
It doesn't matter.
There's
Anyway,
three.
thank
It was
you
at
guys
least
for
three.
watching. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Only
Okay,
fans remember the
now
acrimony
you can
thing.
start talking about
man.
the acrimony, whatever